In a moment that is already being described as historic and unprecedented, Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson stood before a gathering of legal minds in Puerto Rico and delivered what many are calling the most courageous speech by a sitting member of the nation's highest court in recent memory. What followed was a rare and resounding standing ovation, not just for the words she spoke, but for the truth they represented, the warnings they carried, and the courage they embodied. Justice Jackson, the first black woman to serve on the United States Supreme Court, addressed what she called a growing and coordinated campaign of threats, intimidation, and political retaliation aimed at federal judges across the country. Without naming Donald Trump explicitly, Jackson pointed to a disturbing pattern, one that has become increasingly visible since Trump returned to the presidency in 2025. Her remarks were directed at what she diplomatically referred to as the elephant in the room, a clear reference to the wave of attacks on the judiciary orchestrated by the president, his allies in Congress, and even his supporters in the media and tech industries. Her 18-minute speech was a searing indictment, not just of the threats judges are facing today, but of the political culture that allows, excuses, and even encourages those threats. Across the nation, judges are facing increased threats of not only physical violence, but also professional retaliation just for doing our jobs, Jackson said. And the attacks are not random. They seem designed to intimidate those of us who serve in this critical capacity. Her words cut deep. Since the beginning of Trump's second term, the judiciary has been under relentless pressure. In March of this year, Trump launched a public tirade against federal Judge James Boasberg after the judge ruled against the administration's controversial plan to deport thousands of Venezuelan asylum seekers to El Salvador. Trump branded Boasberg a troublemaker and a radical left lunatic, a phrase that was quickly picked up by far-right media outlets and amplified across social platforms. And that was just one example. Jackson noted that House Republicans, emboldened by Trump's return to power, have launched efforts to impeach at least 6 federal judges, each of whom handed down rulings that hindered parts of the administration's immigration, surveillance, or education agendas. The message, she implied, is clear. Rule against us, and we will come for you. Justice Jackson's remarks resonated even more deeply against the backdrop of recent, shocking developments. Just weeks ago, a Wisconsin County Court judge was arrested by the FBI for allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade federal arrest. While that case is still under investigation, its political exploitation by right-wing figures was immediate. Some pundits called for mass firings of judges across blue states. Others demanded public registries of judges' addresses, actions eerily reminiscent of authoritarian regimes.